What it do, what it do. If you clicked on this video, shout out to you. We're gonna be going over a sample loop breakdown, showing my process and how I make my sample loops. So let's just jump right in. All right, boom. So this particular sample loop, I was feeling really moody. So I just chose simple chord progressions that kind of reflected the mood that I was in, which is usually moody when I make these sample loops. But first I started with a piano, just a simple chord progression. So I made it feel kind of like old, right? So I threw some reels in there, put a little bit of a verb, and some simple EQ. So with that being said, I added another piano texture on there, which is another like piano, but I pitched it up. And after I panned one piano to the left and another piano to the right, with the piano texture, I just put some simple like EQ on there, boosted up the mids a little bit. So again, textures. I put another texture on there, like another E piano setting from DX7. And with that, I put like a crystallizer from Soundtoys, Valhalla Space Modulator, Halftime. Like I was getting freaky with this joint. And I put some RC20 on there, added a little bit more distortion, some little warmth and stuff. I was doing the most with this one, for sure. And this is what it sounds like. So next, since I was feeling like moody, I wanted to put like some vocals in there, right? Some sassy vocals. I was moody and sassy. Maybe I didn't eat, but this is how it sounded. Put some alto void, Avox choir, a vintage verb, some EQ, some delay, you know. I really try to do like a call and response with the vocals, make it tell like its own story, right? Then on top of that, I'm like, since I'm using the vocals, yo, might as well start beatboxing. So I put in the beatbox. So with the beatbox, added some distortion to that, some decimore, a Fruity Love filter. I don't remember why I put that on there, but yo, if it works, it works. Then I put it some vintage verb, you know. Then some more EQ, but I kind of like boosted up the lower mid section. And with the vocals and the chords, you get so like that's the main component of the sample loop. If I was feeling really lazy that day, I could have just been like, I'm done. Like I'll just dash that away and send it off. But I was feeling really extra. So usually the days when I'm feeling really extra, I add extra stuff that sometimes we don't really need to be in there, but I like ear candy. Who doesn't like candy? Okay. Yeah. So, the first kind of like ear candy was a call and response to the call and response. So it was this kind of like CZ lead. And it goes like, right? So The reason why I say that, that was kind of like a response to the call and response, because the call and response, remember, mind you, was the vocals. The call and response was, and the response to that was, so I wanted to give a response to the call and response. If that makes sense. So this is how it sounded like. Call and response. Fire. So next, I added another CZ lead. It was kind of like some background stuff. And this is what it sounded like. So with that CZ, I put Valhalla Room on there just to kind of like make it brighter. And I just boosted some of the mids for that. So next, since I like to be extra, I added like some weird sound in there, a CZ sound. Like it just worked, you know? So with that, I didn't really do anything to that. I just put a pan on there. So in the sample loop, when it's playing, it goes from like right to left, right to left. Just adds like more room for the other components of the sample to shine. Then I added some more textures. Like it's its own bounds, you know? Like, and I think that's why I gravitate towards the sample a lot out of the most that I've made. It's because I made like more rhythmic like sections, then added like these background textures, some random stuff. Then I got this texture, I think it's from a Simon Servita pack. So like I like reversed it, and I put, yeah, half-timed it. Yeah, so with that being said, like just the textures and the weird stuff that I put alone on that, like the bottom half, this is basically like what it would sound like. Then you throw in the beatboxing. Yeah, yeah. Like it's its own sample too, really. Right? So obviously, yeah, I wanted to throw in some like stuff to add to the main part of the sample, which were like the chords and the vocals. So you put everything together and this is basically what you get. Fire. So yeah, there you have it. That was my process and how I make my sample loops. Everyone's gonna be different, but this is how I find, you know, I like to make my sample loops. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys enjoyed it, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever. But I appreciate you guys for sticking around this long. I'll see you on the next one, all right? One love. Peace. Oh, I forgot I was recording. Still new to this.